Hey family, it's Tasha, Mama Bear Homestead. So welcome to the channel, welcome back. Just having some lovely weather right now. I know a lot of you in the country are experiencing some sort of weather. Low temperatures, freezing rain, freezing snow, crazy wind chills, -degree weather. It's just insanity right now. So I hope you are staying warm, staying cozy, staying inside. I just kind of wanted to walk you through things that I've learned this week. I am a noob when it comes to homesteading, starting this journey of being self-sufficient and building our property for that and making this half acre that we have work for what we need it to work for, with food, with livestock, with all of the things, right? And I wanted to do this video because I'm sure that there's people out there that don't understand the difference between hay and straw. And it seems so simple, and especially for those of you that have already been doing this for a while, already have maybe a farm, already have a homestead, already had livestock where you had to figure out what the difference was. And and you're like, Tasha, really? You're how old and you didn't know the difference? I didn't know the difference, right? So I'm figuring it out, and I kind of just want to walk you through. We had our septic that was rehauled, earlier this year, a few months back, and when the gentleman seeded some of the grass area back, right, that he had tore up, he laid a bunch of straw down, right? And so in my mind, I like plants. I knew, okay, he's mulching. That's some sort of mulching, and it helps keep the seeds down, it helps keep the birds from eating it, all these things, right? And so very, very helpful. Well, he ended up leaving pretty much like a bale and a half. It was like a bale plus a big pile that he had taken out to lay down that he ended up not using. And so we put it away. We put it in the garage. We put it in clean containers, and I kept it. And I did use a little bit in the chicken coop when we got the chickens. We have the chicken coop, a little tiny run within it, but we're about to get a real run, right? And so we've gone back and forth on bedding options for the chickens, and then also just options in general for them outside and in their little area underneath the coop where they hang out at as well, right? And so I've had some hay in there. I was doing cedar chips for a long time, bedding in their thing, and I've just kind of switched to the straw because I had it already, right? And so, but I got to thinking, as we're trying to move forward and figure out, hey, what exactly are we going to utilize? What are we going to use? And of course, if you follow me on my other channel, Mama Bear Prepping, I'm about stockpiling, I'm about prepping and preparedness as well. And so, I need to get bedding, and I need to get it in bulk, right? So that I can have it available if we go through something we don't have to worry about. So, first I was like, well, hubby, I want you to look on the internet for a local place that sells bales of hay. And then I was like, wait, maybe straw. And then I was like, wait a minute, I need to do a little bit of research because I need to see the difference, right? Now, I knew what we had was straw. I don't know how I knew that, but I knew that, right? Maybe because I know straw is used for mulching. I don't know how I knew that, but I definitely knew that. So I researched, and obviously it's very easy to decipher. Hay is the entire plant. It's bundled up. It's used to feed grazing animals, livestock, right? Especially during winter times when they can't get to their grass. There's nothing to eat, snow's on it, it's iced over, whatever. You substitute hay. It's to feed animals. And then straw, the only difference is it's just the stalk only, right? And it's used for mulching, it's used for bedding for animals, that type of thing, right? So I'm a huge fan also, if you watch my other channel, of items and things that you could use for multiple reasons. And so I love the idea that I'm gonna use straw, I want straw, and the different things that I can use it for, right? So for example, I can use it in the garden for mulching during spring and summer. I use compost to mulch with, or wood chips to some kind of bark to mulch in the winter. But in summertime, I like a little straw. We're about to the actual septic mound, if you will, field. Didn't really get seeded, so we're about to seed that, so we'll use straw to mulch that, and then of course we're using it for our chickens. So we're going to get in a bulk, we're going to get a bunch. Then it became, okay, And before I actually did the research part, hubby was already online looking, and it's considerable difference too on the price, because obviously hay is food, if you will, right? And so it's much more expensive than straw, right? So that's a big difference as well, right? Now, if we had livestock, we might need to stock both, right? A lot of places stock both. They want both, they need both, they have, but we don't really have grazing animals like that. You know, the chickens peck at it, pick through it, all that, but they don't necessarily eat it, right? They're just picking at it, trying to find all the grubs and the yummies and the cracked corn and all the little goodies that I've thrown in there that have fallen down into that, right? Trying to get to the dirt and get to the worms, things like that. But thankful that, you know, hey, I've learned another little thing, if you will, about homesteading, another little thing that's going to just move us forward on our journey. You know, we're about to get the run. We've been looking at all types of runs. We were going to get the run that goes with the coop we got, but the ones they sell are not quite as big as what we want. Like if we got it, we'd have to end up building another big cage type area around it. And so, I wanted a much bigger area that's enclosed, obviously. And so I think I found the run that I'm going to, and it's big enough that we're gonna build it on top of the coop that's already there, and it will come out. And then that, my friend, is gonna set the tone for the layout and the start, the real start of the layout of the backyard, which is, I'm excited, right? I've been telling you for weeks, if not months, I've been dreaming about this. I've literally probably sketched out probably 3 different ways to lay out the back, the whole property, the whole back. Because there's obviously aspects, there's things that we need to have spaces for. You need a wood cutting place. You need a place to keep wood. You need a place to stack wood. You need a place to keep fuel, to keep animals, to have the garden. You know, we have this huge space that, you know, can't really be utilized. That's the septic field, right? And so, you know, how to utilize all the borders, and how do I ensure that I'm getting all the things I want out of it for security and fortification as we're putting in trees in, as we're putting in plants in, as we're putting in gardens. You know, you need your compost spot. You need, hubby's going to build a gasifier, so we need a spot for a solar setup, batteries for the gasifier. We need to set up areas for all this stuff. We need an area for a hot tub. We need an area for a pool. So we need all these spaces, right? And, you know, there's spaces that we want to be gravel. There's spaces that are going to be grass. There's spaces that are going to be decking. So it's very important when you only have a half acre. Like I just said, a lot of things, and you have to really diagram it out and write it out and sketch it out to see how you want to do that. And I've done that. Oh, the greenhouse, right? There's so many things. And I've had to, you know, sketch this out so that we have space for all this stuff. Then you have the garage, you have the space behind it, you have where's the RV gonna go. So there's a lot of aspects that you have to think of in order to make sure that you fit it all and you don't mess up. And so I've sketched it several times, and getting the run, because it's such a big piece, and it's kind of towards the heart of the whole entire back part of the property, that it's exciting, because it starts to, like right now I feel not whole, right? Because I have this backyard, I have all this vision I want to do, and I literally am starting from scratch. You know, I literally don't even have perimeter. I have nothing, right? And had to wait so long. You know, I think it was 8 or 9 months before we had the money situated and were able to move forward with the septic. And that had to be done first so that we could physically see what part of the yard was going to be taken from us and not be. And I have plans of what I could do to use that area a little bit. And you'll see, if you continue to follow me, you'll get to see my journey and how I do this. But getting that big chicken run really is like, you know, because really we just have a little pathway I've done and the chicken coop itself. And so once I get that run, it really starts to bring to life the backyard, and then next, you know, the greenhouse, and starting to get the garden ready, because baby, spring is around the corner. So super excited that I learned about straw, and we're going to get us a bunch of straw. It's considerably cheaper, so we're going to get a bunch of it. And and stack that up and have that in a couple places on the property in the layout. So super excited because things seem to be finally kind of moving forward, right? You can't do everything all at once. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's just very important to do one thing at a time, slowly, within your budget, and do that one thing with love. And the chicken coop is by no means completed. And so, you know, I see my babies, they're getting so big. I only have 3, but I'm like, that coop is not big enough, you know, and they want to come out so bad. They want to come out the door with me, and come with me and explore, and they just don't have the space that I want to be able to give them. It's like a mom, right? In a place to live, in an apartment, a home, wherever it is, and you want to give them that space, or you want a mom or a dad, and you want a space that has like a backyard where kids can play and stuff. It's the same thing, right? I want to give them, a bigger space to peck and play, and a bigger space where I can give them other things like chicken swings and different, posts and different things that they can play on and get on and perches. And the space we have right now, it's not very conducive for that. By the time I get the food containers in there, and then you have the walkway for them to walk up and down the coop, it's just not, there's not that much space, right? And then, my big butt gets in there, there's really not any space, right? For me to really chill with them like I want. If we get this run, I can put a little bench in there, I can sit in there, play with them, be with them. And I'm super excited for that. So I will be bringing you along once we get that run and we're actually putting it together and building it. I'm going to bring you along so you can see exactly which one we got, how big it is, dimensions, how it's working, how it worked putting it over the existing chicken coop. I'm pretty sure that's how we're going to do it, unless for some reason we do it and we're like, some reason aesthetically we don't like it. I have a layout and a plan where we would put it next to the chicken coop and then just have a connection tunnel or something, and they would just get to it like that. So we'll see how it plays out, and you'll get to see it. So I'll show you all my falls and my different things that I do. Already planning the garden, so if you haven't done that, it's more than layout. You need to do the layout also, even if you're doing containers, remember, because you want to have the layout of which vegetables are by which vegetables, how big are they going to get, start planning all that stuff, plan which ones you're going to do in spring, plan which ones you're going to do for fall, when you're going to plant them, get your notebooks, take your notes, get all the things that you need to get. Be paying attention to them dates, figure out when you can start your seeds indoors, get your lights, get your things, get excited, because it is right around the corner. Okay. Before you know it, I have a ton of garden beds that I'm going to purchase from this company. I'm still researching where I want to get them from. I know a lot of people are like, just build them. But baby, that's almost just as expensive, if not more. So we've been researching a lot. Hubby's built several projects already since we've been back, and although I may have him do some outlining, some framing beds for in the ground plots types, the rest of the raised type beds for the garden is probably going to be bought, right? Probably going to purchase those and just put them together. And we are going with high raised beds for a lot of the garden space because of age, right? I want to be able to continue to do this and work this garden well into my older years. And so the higher those are now, the more it makes sense for me to continue to be able to do that later. And then the plot stuff, the stuff that's on the ground, it might be plot, but it's stuff that's going to grow very, very tall off the ground, like corn, stuff like that, right? Blueberry bushes, stuff like that. Okay. So we'll see. Super excited. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe and staying warm and just spending time with your family, getting ready for the holidays. I'll see you guys one more time tomorrow for the week, and then we'll bring it back the following week. So I'll be back tomorrow, no, I won't be back for this channel. I'll be back for my other channel, Mama Bear Prepping. I do a video Monday through Saturdays on that channel. And the link for that, if you're interested, is in the description box below. Also, I'll do a plug again, just we're talking about getting ready for garden, look below Survival Garden Seeds. Amazing seeds. I use all those seeds except my girlfriend that sends me seeds, and I get seeds from her Etsy shop. I'm trying to verify the shop though, because I couldn't find it the other day. I went to go get some stuff and I couldn't find it. So I have to verify that before I put the link in the description box for her Buckeye Seeds company that she has. Okay, so I love you guys. Be well. I always say be well, and my son's like, you say be well like 10 times at the end of your videos. So I'll see you guys next week on the next video. Bye. I think we're gonna do bread. See you later. Bye.